So I'm like totally right now, aren't I?
I mean, it's not great. This is my neighbor's car. They said they got a coolant leak, but you know what's funny? I've had it on the pressure tester and it's not moving. It's holding steady. And I'm not seeing any leaks either. The story I got is they just bought the car and then it blew a radiator hose. I am almost certain this thing has blown head gaskets. So what we're gonna do is fire it up. And we're gonna see if the gauge goes up. Because if the gauge goes up, that's a bad sign. Let it get some heat in it. See if we see anything. I also pointed out a bunch of things like that. He didn't seem bothered by that at all. But that's gonna blow and leave you on the side of the road. See the misfire? Let's make sure we got heater. Now you're of course gonna build some amount of pressure because it's getting warmer. Throw a scanner on this thing too. Make sure we get fans kicking on at 212. All right, well, I stopped filming for a bit because I thought the customer, my neighbor, got lucky and this thing doesn't have blown head gaskets. But I've been driving it and it just keeps being low on coolant and it is bubbling out the reservoir. Every Subaru has blown head gaskets. So I'm gonna call him over, tell him what I think is the issue. That being said, the only way I'll touch this is head gaskets, timing belt, water pump, spark plugs, you know, the normal stuff I do. And I don't even know what to charge for that job because I don't really do this stuff for other people. But the way I see it, a shop is gonna charge like over $3K. So I'd say 2,500 bucks. And on top of that, the power steering's going out. There's an airbag light on. The CV shafts are shaking a bit. It's just, I'm very curious how much he paid for this thing. I bet it was like too much. And that's literally why I won't buy these Subarus for expensive, because they all need work. That airbag light right there, that's caused by this thing right here not working, and the power steering sucks. And if we look at it, it looks like that pump is shot and it's over full. Should we place bets on whether he had a pre-purchase inspection? I'm going with no, he probably didn't. You just bought it?
Yeah.
What'd you pay for it out of curiosity?
$4,000.
Huh.
Was
it running good when you bought it?
It was.
I think it has blown head gaskets.
Really?
That's what I think. I might be wrong, but I'm generally not wrong. Yeah, I've been topping up the coolant, taking it for a few test drives, and it keeps coming back low on coolant.
I'm like totally right now, aren't I?
I mean, it's not great. So he said a coolant line blew off or something.
Well, it was the weirdest thing. Like the person I bought it from, I actually knew, and they're actually a mechanic and work for, you know, somebody I've known since he was a kid. Okay, and he works on cars all the time. And he actually showed me, and I knew nothing about it when he showed it to me, that he had pressure checked the thing.
But why was he pressure checking it?
Because I didn't know. I said, because I was buying a used vehicle.
Right, but you see what I'm saying? Why was he pressure checking it if it was a good running vehicle?
They had the vehicle for a long time. Okay.
How much are you willing to spend right now?
Well, I don't even know what that means.
Would you be blown away by a $2,500 repair ticket?
I could probably deal with that.
Okay. Let me do some more diagnosing on it, then verify that it's 100%. But I'm pretty sure. I want to come over here if I wasn't like.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not.
What's up, pup?
I'll tell you, dude, nothing shocks me anymore.
So no, and 25 is pretty reasonable. Any shop.
So he says the head gasket's.
I think the head gasket's gone.
Is that why it's overheating?
So it was overheating.
Yeah.
How hot did it get?
You went right up almost to the red zone and then it stopped. Yeah.
So I need to get a couple more drive cycles on it and verify, but I'm 99% sure
so you're
right
really
now.
that close to believing that's the
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
And you've experienced these before.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
And so here's the thing. The $2,500 price tag, that comes with heads resurfaced, engine resealed completely, all with Subaru stuff,
and when you
new metal head
You know, I was
gaskets,
gonna ask
new timing belt, new water pump, new
That's
thermostat.
a lot of shit, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I had a feeling too. There was something because when they were talking about the radiator, they started talking about the radiator. Oh yeah, we replaced the head gasket. Did he say that?
No, he said he pressure checked it.
Oh,
Right, and my question was, why is he pressure checking it? Because most people, like, that's a
I
red
asked him
flag.
about the
You know what I
edge.
That's a
mean?
red flag.
100%. Because
Because he-
why are you pressure
Because
checking
it
it?
might be overheating. That's why.
I
Is
think
that what he
they-
said?
No, but I'm just saying he probably knew it was, but he did not.
So you see my point.
Yeah.
It's clean title. It has hail damage.
Yeah, but
It-
that to me is, I don't care
Exactly.
about
But
that.
also, like, you know, the airbag lights on.
It is?
Yep.
You know, I noticed that, but
And
I thought it was on.
So the
because-
airbags don't work when that light's on.
I thought it was on because it was
Something
on.
that's dysfunctioning, too.
Yes, it's the center console. Up, those go out. That's why it won't say the passenger status.
Okay.
I can fix that for $100. I know the issue. Other than that, you have to go to Subaru and buy the overhead console for $250, and then your power steering pump's going out. You notice how it's tight to turn?
Yeah, I did notice.
Yep.
I only drove.
These
it
are all
once.
common problems that I go through all the time.
Yeah, with Subarus.
Oh yeah, that's all I work. Oh, those are my money makers.
There's the money maker.
Fill me in on what you think else you think it needs. Like since you like.
That's
added
pretty
on
much
to
the
some,
list. I
I'd
mean,
like to
it needs shocks too. I could feel that, but you could run that out for another 20, 30K. Light vibrations. See, these things, I get them in and they need the
You
whole.
notice all the shit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wanted to be noticed. I mean, basically, I wanted to take it to a mechanic before I bought it. But
So
it
you
was,
didn't take it for a
the
pre-purchase?
timing was like,
Yeah.
it was got there at 5. And
Yeah.
I was going to take it to Garcia in Albuquerque, but they were going to charge me $250, and I was
For a pre-purchase?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I
And
remember
was
when
like,
they were
"These guys are,
$60.
like, losing me," and I was like, I
But
need
it
to
could
get
have
it done.
saved. It could have saved you buying the car. They could
Yeah.
have been like, no, it needed head gaskets.
Yeah.
It depends
So-
if like.
The situation was like I kind of trusted these people, and you know, not that they, whatever. It's
Guy's a
whatever.
mechanic.
You know.
I never maintain my cars. I don't have time. I'm working on everyone else's car. So
Well, yeah,
people
well,
argue that it is the worst to buy a mechanic-owned car for that reason. My only worry is that we do head gaskets and then it knocks after, because maybe you've noticed this when you fire it up. There's a quick little tap.
It's been
Sorry,
fine.
pup. Once I do it, they generally last 100K, but just that little tap is the only thing that worries me.
You heard what you did here.
You want to walk over and we'll fire it up and take a
Yeah,
look?
let me-
You know, it's-
Hi, new me. Go inside.
I
Good
just
boy.
wanted- I just want to get a vehicle I could drive around in the winter and not be afraid I'm going to be out on the highway at 11:30.
Yeah, I try to be really straight with everybody. It scares certain people away, but
Wow.
then you have the other people that are like, no, this car's perfect, and then it blows up. So we'll take a listen to that tap and we'll go from there.
Okay, let's go from there.
If you hear that tapping, watch, listen right at 5K. That's what's scaring me. I think we might want to do an engine replacement on this one. Right there.
Oh yeah.
That tap is worrisome.
Engine thing. That's probably
Oh, you heard that?
I guess.
That does not look like a new radiator to me. I don't think so, unless they got it from Subaru.
Okay.
That is the OEM radiator.
I mean, yeah, I think we got some BS with this car.
Yeah, that's every Subaru. That's how I make a living off them. Okay, that's an MLS. Someone's done head gaskets on this motor before.
They said they did.
Yeah.
It's the head gasket at that point.
Did I not just top this up?
Yeah, you did.
What? See, I could feel it in this hose. So where did all that air just come from? You know what I mean? Okay, holy crap. This is what you're saying, huh?
Yes, now pull that off.
So you need a radiator.
I think it's just leaking out of the river.
I think it's broken. Yeah, oh my God.
See,
That
that's
is
what I
so
said. I
broken.
told you that.
Okay. So you need a
So
radiator.
let's pull it out of there. Right?
That could actually just be where our air's coming
That's
from.
probably where the problem is as far as the coolant.
So we should start with the
The radiator.
radiator.
And see how it goes from there.
And you might be lucky and it might not need head gaskets. And someone's been in these heads, that tapping, they could have left. These have VTEC on them. Not VTEC, it's a VVL, variable valve lift. Dudes that don't know what they're doing, they'll take the rockers off and not put them back correctly. That could be the tapping I'm hearing. Well, we can pull it off now. It's gonna.
Yeah, but look at this shit right here.
Yeah. So that is,
That's shot.
you need a radiator and it needs upper and lower hoses in my opinion. These are shit. This one, as I told you, that's about to blow out. So I use China radiators. I'll be honest about them.
As long as it's something that
I put them in every car I sell.
Yeah, so
It's probably good for 5 years at least. And at the point, it's like, why would we spend an outrageous amount on a radiator when we might need to divert that money to something else? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna get the hoses too.
Maybe we're in just,
I hate these hoses on here.
Maybe in better shape than we thought.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That tapping, like I said, it might be a rocker. I don't really want to pull the valve covers off. Oh.
Yeah. Let's just start with the radiator and then we can check it again.
Well, I'm fairly certain I'm gonna want to pull those valve covers off.
Just to see what's going on.
That tapping's bad. We'll be in touch.
Thanks, Paul.
No problem. Well, you guys just saw me misdiagnose something, but what kept getting me is it kept having more air in it. And now the reason is it survived the pressure test because that's pushing outward. But then when an engine cools down, it sucks back. That's how the expansion tank works. Hot fluid expands, goes in here, then it cools down and sucks back. When it was sucking back, it was sucking through here. That's how it kept getting air every time I let it cool down. So yes, I did just misdiagnose that as head gaskets. Hopefully you guys can see why and understand why. I'm gonna inspect timing belt and pressure wash the engine bay. From there, we're gonna put a radiator in it, pull off the valve covers, see if somebody didn't set one of the rockers back right for the VVL, and just give it an assessment at that point. It has MLS head gaskets on it, so they've been done. Hopefully they did the timing belt with a quality kit. I do not want to even play with this thing, but we're gonna. Everyone is always so surprised that I pressure wash the crap out of engines. You can wash engines. Don't aim at the electronics, like especially the alternator. Don't aim at the MAF. Just glaze over that stuff. Dirty valve cover, you. Now, this is a tough one for me because the engine, I can tell it's slightly misfiring. So do I do plugs and see if that fixes it? Or do I just rip the engine out and assume it's head gaskets? Because we might do everything. And then it could still have blown head gaskets. So this is why I hate doing one thing instead of doing the whole shebang. That's why I have a recipe. I stick to it and it works. If you deviate from it, then you end up doing stuff twice. Like right now, if I pop the valve cover to get this horseshoe on, which a lot of elementary techs, they don't get it, this pin in this horseshoe. And that is such a pain to deal with in the car. It's not that bad, but when you look at the fact that I can have the motor out in an hour and then just rip the heads off and do everything. So what we need to do now is inspect the timing belt and see what that looks like. Chief Inspector is about to give us a rundown. Here, tell me what you see. It's a little hot, so watch your step. Inspect the timing belt. You gotta take this thing off over here. Boop. Nice. Someone over tightened that. Now it broke. Solid. I'm gonna level with y'all. I don't care if I break shit, because they're all broken anyway. Germany. You know what's funny? I was buying AutoZone belts for a while and they were German. I wonder, I think our tapping is a bad tensioner. You can hear it. Let's fire it up and see if that jiggles. And yes, timing tensioners sound like bad rod bearings. I've actually changed a motor because it was knocking and changed over all the timing components, and the new motor was knocking. Yeah, it was a bad tensioner and I changed the motor. It happens to us. I was gonna say the best of us, but I'm not the best. Let's see. Need someone to rev it. Oh wait, I'll rev it. You guys tell me if it's shaking. Look at that timing belt hop right there. We got a bad tensioner. So new diagnosis, this thing needs a timing kit and a radiator, upper and lower radiator hose, as well as clamps, because I do not mess with the crap they put on there. These things suck. They need to be tightened up over time. The Gates belts, or whoever this is, that one down there is a Napa belt, but they're all thicker. This feels like a Gates, and the clamps don't slide over them, and these allow you to tighten them too much so you can do this crap. And the radiator has clearly not been replaced, unlike the dude was told. So I pulled out the timing kit. Here's the Mitsubishi. This is the replacement that I got off Amazon, but it smells like it's genuine, so should be good. I'm gonna rip the timing kit off this and fire it up with no cover on, just to extra verify that the tensioner over here is bouncing. What a jump! It's actually incredibly easy to change a timing belt on these. You got to take off this cover, both the belts. These aren't cert belts, whatever they are, the ribbed belts. Pull the fans out, unbolt the timing cover, and you're good to go. 26 minutes, and the hardest part of that was somebody threw a bunch of thread locker or something on here, and I had to pull out the chain wrench to crack that thing loose. So I haven't tried this at all. Let's try it together and see whether this thing moves. I don't know. It seems pretty good to me, the tensioner. So we will fire it up and run it again. But we got to throw this back on so that it doesn't toss the timing belt at us. This retains it front to back. And when the tensioners are really bad, you can see a bunch of oil up here. We have some, but I'm surprised there's not more, so we might be diving into the valve covers. I was really hoping that was the tensioner, but in the footage it looks good, so that's not good. I really hate working on cars. I mean, they gotta pay a diagnostic fee now, especially if I pull a valve cover off. Should I stop crying about it and do it? Probably, huh? I really hate pulling valve covers in cars. They're tight. So I just pull the motor and do everything. But it sounds like it's knocking. Can someone motivate me? Because, like, I'm not motivated to rip these valve covers off. Holy crap, it's probably knocking. It has a fram!
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, move G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Yeah, right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top, bullshitting.
All right, let's crack this thing back. That was only 10 minutes once I stopped crying. And I just pulled this off and put it over here since I'm gonna replace it anyway. Ideally, unless this thing needs a whole motor. We're gonna find out. I'm hoping I can just slip it back and see what's going on. I don't know if that was a good idea. I might have to pull this thing out. And the thing is, the frame rail is in our way, which makes this a real pain. I can't see. Okay, I gotta pull the valve cover out. So the best way to do that is to undo the motor mount and jack up the header. Huh, that's crazy. There's no nut on it. It's just raw dogging life. Cool, that makes my life easier. Do I need to say that the stupidity of shops continues to amaze me? I don't think I need to say it. I say it like 6 times in every video. Oh wait, this wasn't a shop. This was mechanic owned. That's right. And yeah, some of my cars are running some pretty sketchy stuff. So now we're on the right page. Right about there. And look at how much room we gain over here. Now the valve cover pops right out. And we can inspect our horseshoes. Let's see. They're both on. Okay, so why is this motor tapping? I really don't want to pull the other side, but I guess I have to. I wanted to pull it off with you guys, so let's see what it looks like. Oh, looks like some oil. Probably should have thought that ahead. That words. No, darn it. I think this motor's knocking. Yeah, that's on the pin. That's on the pin. So you know what that means? I pretty much just ripped apart this engine for no reason, hoping to find that. I think I put a radiator in it. Oh my God, it's a mosquito. How you like me now? I'm gonna put it all back together and put a radiator in it and tell them to just send it till it blows a hole in the block. And I'm gonna ship it. That's it. Until it blows up, it's good. Is that right? I think. I don't think I'm gonna put the timing kit on it because I thought that tensioner was bad. I could slap another tensioner on it and see if that tapping goes away. Should we try that? I don't know. Stand by. I'll figure something out. I have decided what to do. We are going to put a radiator, new hoses, clamps, and a tensioner on it. At one point, we could kind of see the tensioner bouncing. I wasn't convinced, and I couldn't really replicate it. So we're going to throw a tensioner at it and hope. It looks like an OEM tensioner, and if it has 160 whatever miles on it, it could very well be the source of our tapping knocking. When I was at Subaru grabbing the hoses, these beautiful things right here, Enzo was bolting an EJ together, the one I helped him resurface the heads on like a week ago. So he just had me help him out, and that ended up taking more time than we expected, but there was some unforeseen events. Quick up to speed, Enzo bought a Forester.
Another one.
What number is this? Like 5? Yeah.
5 total, 3 currently.
So it had the old rod through the block, and he bought a new motor, so I'm just showing him. He's not a tech, actually. What's your job? You Porter.
Yeah, valet.
So he doesn't know this stuff. I'm helping him put this together. And he is breaking my heart with all his stuff. Look at this. We got a Gates belt, cheap timing kit. Oh, at least it has this, which we need because it's manual. And he bought these, which are what? Gates hoses, which I'm on a parts run to buy Subaru hoses because I don't use Gates hoses.
Ironic, huh?
It is really ironic that you work here, and I'm like, no, go to the parts store.
I mean, you said you got head gasket kits that are $70.
True, but okay, the issue with these, the issue with those, they're too thick. Watch, open one of those. Open the lower one, actually, because we'll compare the lower hose, which should be the same. And like, look at the thickness.
Oh, I see.
So the issue is, if you use the Gates hoses, you can't use the factory expansion clamps. You're forced to use a hose clamp with a screwdriver.
Yeah, okay.
And then you crush the end tanks, the plastic end tanks. People over tighten them and crack the plastic. So return those, please return those. I was like,
Okay,
you
all
can't
right,
use
good to
these.
know. I didn't know they were different
And
thickness.
I'm so upset about this timing kit, which is import direct from what, O'Reilly's?
Yeah.
That's rebranded Gates. Stop using this crap.
Which one would you suggest?
Aisin.
Okay.
Aisin on everything. Toyota, Subaru. I don't know what else. It's all Japanese, Koyo. It's the OEM suppliers, and I wish we had one around. Do you have a Subaru belt around here somewhere? Anywhere? I want to see those markings because I've talked about it, but
Probably not anywhere in here now.
in the other shop.
No, we don't even do timing belts anymore.
Okay.
No one works on cars.
Well, everyone's on the chain drive motors now, especially at the dealership here.
I know no one ever works on EJs here anymore because no one
Yeah.
brings them in.
I'm gonna continue to help with stuff and advise not to use shit Gates products. And we'll get back to the other car.
I just don't.
Okay, we're clearing up a little confusion. I guess the clamps he threw away were these. That's okay, I hate those.
Yeah.
But the clamps like
No, they weren't
these
these ones. I
are
like these ones
amazing.
more.
Yeah, because they tighten up over time as the hose changes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thrown away these ones.
Yeah, those are good. And I can't believe your parts guy doesn't have them because now I got to go dig them off one of my cars or something. I might have them in the box. Well, it's Sunday. I'm back at Subaru because we had a little whoopsie over here. Well, actually, it was whoever did the last timing kit. I noticed it when we pulled it out. There was threads on the bolt, and this one has stripped. So, what, you guys tried to tap it?
Yeah, we tapped it and then we tried to torque it to the 29 foot-pounds and it just pulled right out. So
Got it. So
it
now,
just kept spinning.
we're gonna helicoil it. And most kits, they are 10 by 1.5. It's really hard to find a 10 by 1.25. So we also need a different bolt. This one, I popped the hood on my Corvette and stole it from that because they're 10 by 1.5. If you don't have a Corvette, it's probably because you're not subscribed. So maybe you should hit that button. Quick little helicoil work. This torques to about 5 foot-pounds tighter now that it's a coarse thread bolt. So that was this last weekend. Now I'm back at it. The only missing parts were the power steering pump, which Amazon was nice enough to lose, I guess. Luckily, I had a plan B and went and found this bad boy. Come on, baby. Whew. Oh, I'm so excited right now. Can't even remember what I have in here anymore. This is literally why I have stuff. Oh, it has an NSK seal in it. Nice. Oh no, an NSK bearing? Huh. China, whatever. It's probably fake NSK. Anyway, this is the reason I have so many parts on the shelf. And this is actually liquidated a lot, but I still have like a Subaru starter. Those are 135 wheel bearings and more stuff. You get the point. This is the reason I shove so many parts on the shelf. Because it's the same Chinese stuff you're going to get from AutoZone or O'Reilly's. But if you order it on eBay and you order it from a good supplier that has a good warranty and a lot sold, it's a third of the cost, if not more. This pump I probably have on the shelf for like 60, 70 bucks. And AutoZone, the cheapest pump they have is 300 bucks. So it's all actually Duralast. It might not be out of the same factory, but it's still a Chinese part. So I'm going to spend a third of the cost all day. Even if I got to put it on the shelf for 8 months till I need it. Because then I can stock 3 times as more stuff, like a starter, power steering pump, head gaskets, all that stuff is there. Let's go ahead and button this thing together. The only thing I'm missing, because Amazon lost that package, is spark plugs. So we'll deal with that later. I'm going to go ahead and clean stuff, change out that tensioner, pop the radiator in, new power steering pump. pull up to get more hail damage on your car. Never tried these plugs, but they were cheap. And we got a new belt. Spark plugs look not the worst. This one's a little wet, which I don't know why that is. And it looks blacker. So I don't know what's up with that. That's driver's side. I'm not gonna worry about it. These plugs are going in with a dab of anti-seize, and we'll see if that helps with the misfire. You know we gave it the Steinfab screw special. Now, all that's left is the radiator and the fans, and we can go see if our tapping is gone. Almost forgot this thing. Now we can do the radiator. Someone's gonna bitch at me that I need better pliers for these if I'm advocating using them, and I'm not gonna disagree with that, but this works, and this is better quality work than half the mechanics out there, so shut up. These hoses fit so good compared to the gates. You almost don't need a clamp on them. And look at that. I think I put it on the wrong way. That sucks. Check out how easy it is to flip though. As you can see, now we have a better gap right here. Before it was like touching the fan. And I've seen a lot of hoses rub through from that and people not really knowing what they're doing. Or using Gates ones that don't fit right and you gotta trim like ½ an inch off one side. Anyway, that is all the work we have to do. So I'm just gonna put the intake back on and fire this thing up. Oh, also, one more tip, and I'm pretty sure this is why a lot of blown head gaskets happen on these. Check out this fitment right here. It's so loose. And what you gotta do is chop it back just a little bit. And what that allows is for it to fit tight, because if you don't do that, when it tries to suck back, it sucks in air. Once it has an air bubble, it can't circulate coolant. Once you have that, you blow your head gaskets. We live in a really dry climate where I am, despite what it looks like. It's really green right now, but it's dry. Almost every single car I see with blown head gaskets, that tank's bone dry. And we know that's how it started. Coolant, and we will fire this bad boy up. We were so close, but we need power steering fluid. Only the finest for my customers. I'm pretty sure Subaru's call for ATF. Use Dextron something. I always use power steering fluid. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I know. Oh, yeah. I always like the clear stuff. I do know ATF is thicker. I don't care. After changing your power steering pump, they like to overflow. I think I should be jacking the front up and turning the wheels and bench cycling it. I don't know. You know what? We're going to start it and not worry about it. And it might blow up everywhere from air, but that happens. Where's the key for this car? Right. 15 seconds. I forgot myself. Stupid. It's like I've never worked on one of these before. Power steering, that feels so much better. It was like stiff before. It's butter now. We still have the airbag light because I forgot to repair this thing. But anyway, test drive. So, this is why I assume every Subaru needs head gaskets. This thing's overheating. And I thought it was fixed. I feel like you shouldn't shut down an overheating motor, but it's airlocked right now. I already know what's going on. Yeah, that is way too full. Okay, that is the final confirmation I need. This thing needs head gaskets. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. You know how I've been saying this hose is getting way too hard? Mm-hmm. And that was the dead giveaway.
So the head gaskets gone.
Yeah, she's done. She keeps overheating. It's what I suspected in the first place, and that's why with these I don't even waste time diagnosing them.
Yeah.
I just pull the motors and do the head gaskets.
Give her a price.
I did say 2,500.
2,500.
Right, and that was without radiator and without power steering foam.
But you've added that stuff in.
Yeah.
So that's all plus what you've done.
I mean, if y'all are cool investing in it, I mean, I think we just do it and
Yeah,
get it done
I
right.
think so.
So that includes the timing kit and all that. I think I mentioned that.
So we're probably talking over $3,000 at this point, I'm sure, right?
No,
Really?
not
Really?
right around there.
Well, you already put some.
Yeah, I'm not trying to wax you guys on that stuff, you know. And so I was at 25 with that, 26 with the radiator, maybe 28 right now, maybe.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you know what, just
I'm fair about my prices.
the
It's
thing
just
is,
the whole, it's the whole package,
Right.
and I use quality parts. We had yeah, it might be up 100 because these are Subaru.
just make sure you add up all your stuff. That's
Got you.
all.
Yeah, no.
Don't short yourself.
So, point being, we're good to go on this, right? I'll take care of the job, and we'll
Yes.
just get you right and take care of it.
And I'm gonna go talk to her right now. 'Cause she's
Yeah.
the financer, and I'm just sort of the go-between guy.
Yeah,
Anyways, and you're the make.
Well,
you're-
I mean,
you're
running the
mechanic.
money from her to me is a very important part of the job.
Yeah. And if you need some money up front, we can get you.
Cool. I'll definitely take some money before y'all leave.
Yes, let's get you some.
Yeah,
'Cause you're gonna be investing more
How long are y'all out of town for?
for nearly a month.
Oh, okay.
It could be a little bit longer than that.
And what car are you driving? Flying?
We're driving that van.
Oh,
We're camping out and we're driving. Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah, we're got it down, man.
That'll be fun.
When we get back, perhaps we'll have a car that runs.
Yeah, and when I tear it apart, if
Yeah.
I find anything to where I'm like, I'll check the cylinders for round, because I don't know how hot this thing's gotten
Right, you
before.
want to make sure the heat hasn't damaged things.
Right, so if it's been previously damaged, I check it with a bore gauge, and if it's out of round, I'll let you know that we don't have a good motor.
Right,
And-
so at that point, you need to replace the motor.
Right, and
Instead of
in that
mess-
scenario, it's
yeah.
still best to do everything like the timing and the head gaskets.
So you can kind of research some of that as you have it apart.
Exactly. I'll rip it apart, let you know if we have a good base,
Yeah.
and we can go from there.
Right, if it's not, you
If they're
want-
out of round,
yeah.
it
It's
will
not
still,
it's not worth.
well, it will still run,
Yeah.
and that could be the source of our tapping. So I am a little worried, but we'll get into that. We'll
Right.
not jump the gun.
I
I figure you bought the Subaru because you were like, oh, we can have it worked on right there.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I'm gonna pull guns out and start shooting guns in the neighborhood again.